Exactly. What's your name? Where do you work? What do you do?
I'm Michael Churchill, and I'm an attorney at the Public Interest Law Center of Philadelphia. I'm a lawyer in the public interest. When I started, nobody knew what a public interest lawyer was. There was no model. It wasn't a course at school. There weren't. It just didn't exist. But that's what I say now. I'm a public interest lawyer. I might start by saying I'm a civil rights lawyer. They're very similar. What's been special has been the wonderful chance to work with people, both here in the law center and in our clients, who are always the lifeblood of what makes you do this work, is being able to work with clients. And the ability to do it at a level that's also intellectually engaging. We do not do rote work. Every piece is new and challenging. And that's certainly been part of it. But the most important part is to be able to see and feel the satisfaction when you're actually able to help clients. Public education is the foundation that you need to make our country work, to make individuals be able to have the ability to support their own families and have the independence to go from one kind of a job to another. It's the lifeblood of self-government. If you don't know how to actually understand fake news from real news, you're going to be in trouble. And those kinds of skills are what schools are for. I guess I really was affected by the sit-ins and then by work in the South. It was a vital necessity that this country end that terrible Jim Crow era. And it was clear that Brown versus Board of Education didn't do it by itself. And so I was in college when the sit-in started, and I had a girlfriend who was very active in parts of that, and she taught me. And so I went and I became part of the Mississippi Summer in 1964. That was a very in some ways, for me, a very safe experience, because I was sent to Meridian just after the deaths, and nobody was doing anything except being very, very quiet and careful. But to see what people in Mississippi were putting up with in that era was just, and the fear that lived, you wouldn't think this was part of the United States. What repeats in my head are the wonderful words of Lincoln, celebrating the wonderful words in the Declaration of Independence. You know, all men are created equal, and needs to be addressed. Lincoln said that they weren't put in the Declaration as something that was an actuality, but something that we needed to reach for in order to move towards perfection. So it's an operating creed. It's not something that exists that you don't have to work for. And so that's been, I guess, if I had to reach back to founding thoughts, those are the founding thoughts. Good psychiatrists always say the beginning tells you it's very important to understand why you're in a problem. And our beginning was the complications of somebody saying all men are created equal who own slaves. One of the things that I think is very important to recognize and remember is it's not just that we're denying students opportunities when we underfund them. It's much more painful than that. We're telling them, and they understand, that they don't count. Nobody should be treated that way.